I'm Dr. Rosenstein, and welcome to my show. I'm a neurological surgeon. I went to medical school at Johns Hopkins and did my training in neurosurgery at UT Southwestern Medical Center in Dallas at Parkland Hospital. I've been practicing neurosurgery for 30 years, which is a very demanding specialty. Everything was fine until I hit my early 50s when my energy level suddenly plummeted. I knew I had to do something about it, or my career was at stake. And what had happened, I'd gotten old. And so at that point, I had to decide, was I going to let myself get old, or is there something I could do to intervene and improve my quality of life so I could continue practicing neurosurgery? So I started to look into the causes of aging and what happens in your body physiologically as you get older. And I found out there are certain things that one can correct and improve upon. And so when I did, I put my program together and was able to get dramatic results. And so the results occurred very quickly. I went from a 21% body fat to 13% body fat in 6 months, and my energy levels returned to what they were when I was young. When I saw the dramatic results that I had achieved, I wanted to put together a program for my patients to be able to do the same thing for them as I had done for myself. So today on the show, we'll be speaking to my clients and see what's possible. John has the distinction of being my very first patient. So, John, come on out here and meet everybody.
Good to see you,
John.
Jay.
Thanks for coming. Welcome to the show. How things been going overall?
Things have been going great.
Been doing well.
Yeah.
So, you were my very first patient.
That's correct.
And you started the program December of 2008.
That's correct.
And you knew that you were my first patient.
That's right. We took a picture.
So, were you not totally scared?
Well, I'd known you for many, many years, and when you approached me about what your concept was, it sounded very good. So there was no scare about it at all. I looked forward to what was going to occur, and of course, I had seen what you had done yourself.
And you've had remarkable results as well. I've got some of your stats right here. What are some of the issues you were experiencing before you started the program that made you say, hey, I have to do something here?
First of all, I had gone to a size 40 waist. I was tired, not sleeping well. Of course, my hair was thinning, but I'm not sure that was part of something I could reverse. And I just didn't feel as energetic as I used to.
And you're having some issues with sleep apnea, high blood pressure?
I had that. As a matter of fact, my sleep apnea was pretty severe. And with losing weight, it's been, well, let's see, I was at a high of 216. I think when I went to you, I was 210, thereabouts. And losing the weight has helped with sleep apnea. I do not use my CPAP machine anymore.
Your weight loss was dramatic. You went from 210 to 170, which was your measurement just yesterday.
170 with clothes on.
And on your body composition scan, you've taken off 24 pounds of fat, which is a whole lot of fat.
That is.
And you're also having some issues with blood sugar control. Your hemoglobin A1C, which looks back 2 to 3 months in terms of how your body handles sugar, was quite high. It's 5.9, again, pre-diabetic territory.
Yeah, I was nearly diabetic. And that was a big scare. That's what motivated me more than anything else.
And it's come down to 5.2, which is a dramatic change. 5.2. Yeah. It's a very desired result. Most people don't walk around with 5.2. So congratulations, nice result there. Cholesterol was also very elevated, over 200, down to 177. And the bad cholesterol from 153 cut in half to 70. So you're obviously doing a very good job.
Well, you have to follow the program. You have to be a believer in it. And once you see results like that, they motivate you to stay with what you're doing. Have a lot of high protein, watch what you eat. I don't eat anything white. That's no pasta, no breads, nothing with sugar in it, and high protein, and of course be active. Let's face it, I was older, tired, worn out, and now I've got a new lease on life. And if you saw my before picture, you wouldn't believe it's the same person.
So at what stage in your life, how old were you when you started to notice the effects of aging?
It was probably in my mid-50s, and I ignored it. When I looked in the mirror every day, I saw the same person. But when I saw a photograph, it really wasn't the person I thought I was.
So of the things that you've done in the program, what were the most significant things that you found most helpful and made the most difference in your life and in your health?
Well, the diet, the training for diet. You know, we all develop sloppy habits as we get older, particularly if we travel and we get used to nice dining. One of the things I've done is I've developed a dislike for red meat, and I don't drink coffee anymore. And this was not by choice, it was just an evolution as I enjoyed eating healthier. And my wife is very focused on health. Everything we eat is natural and fresh and daily. So that's been one thing, this natural evolution where you just change all your desires in life.
So what have you been able to do that you weren't able to do prior to the program?
Well, libido is one.
It's a big one.
That is a big one, yes.
Hopefully.
But I've been able to concentrate better. I think the mental acuity really improves. As a matter of fact, I had lunch with a client yesterday just before I met with you, and he said, gosh, you look so bright and alive. And I was thinking, when you walked in, how you looked when I met you about 10 years ago. You looked old and tired, just like another old guy. And that really made me feel good.
Well, that's the difference an age intervention program brings into your life. Now, you're a Vietnam veteran.
Yes.
And you flew airplanes in
Yes.
Vietnam. You're also an accomplished pilot.
Yes.
So tell us about your Vietnam days.
Well, there's not much to say. It was hours and hours of sheer boredom, interrupted by a few seconds of sheer terror. So as a matter of fact, I thought I'd be in the military the rest of my life. All my family was in the military. And I was 16 years old before I realized people could work for somebody besides the Army, Navy, Air Force, or PX. And went through school on a military scholarship. And then, of course, the war wound down, and we were RIFT, which is reduction in force. So I had to go out and find a different type of job.
Now, you're also an accomplished pilot.
Yes.
Have many, many hours of flight time.
About 7,000.
And you've had some near crash incidents occur several times.
Well, there's two that's memorable. There's a few that were scary. One of them is we were flying out to California on Thanksgiving Day, and about 24,000 feet in a snowstorm, and the left engine cut out. And following the procedures, I contacted air traffic control and got directions back to Durango, so we landed in a snowstorm. But the interesting thing was that my son was asleep in the back of the airplane. And he woke up and he grabbed my head and said, Dad, did you notice that engine's out? Right when we're trying to land the airplane. And then the other one was when a engine blew up in the air. It literally disintegrated. And we were able to land what we call an unscheduled landing off airport in Bullhead City, which is just south of Las Vegas by about 45 miles. And we were all fortunate to come out alive.
Anyway, you've also have a very interesting career. You've, over time, developed your own investment firm.
Yes.
And how long have you been in that business?
43 years.
43. And you recently sold your investment business.
I did. And I sold it primarily because of the oppressive amount of regulatory oversight, and I was losing the joy of being in the business. And so I sold it to a larger firm, and now I spend all my time doing what I like to do, which is work with my clients and manage their money, instead of filling out forms for the SEC.
I hope you're finding time to exercise with your
Well, you know,
newfound time.
there's never enough time, and you just have to do it. And as you well know, the more you do it, the more you want to do it.
Well, John, thank you for joining us. I appreciate having you on the show, and I look forward to your further success.
Well, thank you very much.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have another interesting guest and discuss health markers and how they impact your health.